One of my like thing. These I'm always interested in like hearing like from people. Like I want to get to know you. I want to know what you're like. I think they're gone though. I think they left. Either that or they're trying to like Google frantically run that through Google Translate. There are so many skeletons in the giant fort. Look at this. It's like Skeleton City out here. Wait, I need to do it too. I need to be one of the boys. Let me ask him permission first. Let's see what he says. I don't think we're getting our spot at the giant fort tonight, guys. I don't think that's gonna happen. I just like that seeing all the skeletons. Here we go. We're gonna be one too. We're gonna pose for a little skelly picture over here. We'll just run around frantically with them. So many skeletons. I feel like, you know what I feel like? I feel like I'm playing on like a bot server on Counter-Strike or something where all the player models look all the same. Or like on Quake 3, whenever you could change all the enemies. Did anybody ever play Quake 3? Do you change all the enemies to like that one green guy because he was like really easy to see? Oh my gosh, another one. Or wait, I think that's the same one. Anyway, we should probably go find somewhere to get some experience. Because our little honey hole, the giant fort is currently occupied. I am taking votes from the stream. What do you guys want to see tonight? Where do you want me to go? Yeah, it might only be Asphyxia in here so far. We just kind of kicked this on, what, 20 minutes ago. It usually takes a little while for people to show up. Sorry, I keep having to clear my throat. I ran outside today, and when I run outside, I get, like, allergies. Well, that was a pretty lively conversation with Lizzie B. Die, but I think they left. How many people were in Howling Stones? Let's see. 17. Oh, I don't like those odds. Yeah, that's a big oof. I really don't like those odds. I don't think we're not gonna get the basement. Are we gonna be out at the north wall just like scraping for 1% an hour tonight because we can't seem to get a spot? We need I need like a backup place that's like never camped. Who's all here? Is there any bards in zone? Reaver, Defiler. Maybe we can go check out that like northern undead. It's no giant fort, but it's something. How's my luck with KC? I mean, I don't know. I've never done KC. And there was just a lot of people there last night, and it looks like there's at least 2 groups in there tonight. I don't usually have good luck with KC. Or I guess I've only tried it once, so I can't really say that. That guy did say they'll be gone in an hour, so... Oh, I'm going the wrong way. We need to go this way. Excuse me, sorry. I think it's like right... Oh yeah, you gotta watch out. There's like a ton of undead up here. Little risky run up the hill here. Outside of that, like, I can't really... City of Mist is about the only other place I can think of. Asphyxia suggests Grick the Exile. Oof. Grick is man, I feel like that'd be just so slow. He's only like level 45. So we can do this, but the moment like a bard shows up, he's gonna take all these. They always do. They're like evil. Bards are evil people. There's also, you gotta be careful. There's like a lot of pathing, roaming mobs around here. Like this Sarnak here. He's an extremist. He's been indoctrinated by Sarnak propaganda. What's up, Kankersaur? We're kind of figuring out what to do. The giant fort was taken. Kankersaur says, same old crap, different toilet. Damn. Asphyxia says, few somewhere else, someone else is here, they can decide. Yeah, we were trying to figure out what to do. I'm actually really not a fan of this because of the amount of roaming mobs out here. I feel like it's just asking for trouble. Yeah, like here's a... Oh, shoot. That's like a named... There's like a named dragon pathing over here. Asphyxia says, City of Mist Goos, also slower experience. We could try, like, breaking the goo house. But that's... So, the goo house is only 3 spawns. There's 13 players in City of Mist, so we might be able to get the arena. I'm not a huge fan of the ramparts because of the amount of roaming mobs out there. Yeah, green is busy right now. All right, the coast is clear. Ooh, I don't have mana scan. What am I doing? Second person to check says check Grick. Is Grick like better experience than what I'm thinking? Oh man, the Sarnak are like running right through the fort. Ah. Grick will take you all the way to 60. A second Sarnak running through the fort. Yeah, I'm not really a huge fan of this. Oh wow, he's actually about to kill my skeleton pet. Yeah, Burning Woods is like miserable. There's a level 56 guy named Shrub Lord doing. He's in swamp. I can ask him. I'm pretty sure if as soon as I stand up, we're gonna get attacked again. Really, the correct move here is to log out. Yeah, he is. He's doing Grick. Ah. There was like that was a total misfire on on trying to charm something up here. Yeah, Ophion, I agree with you. It is. It's like it's too much. It's not fun. Burning Woods is not a fun experience. The giant fort is literally the only good thing in Burning Woods. Also, I still had a root on that guy back there, so hopefully he's not pissed at me now. Kankosaur says zone walls are mostly safe. Yeah, I have done like a little bit of fear kiting out here all the way in the eastern part of the zone because it has the least amount of ads. What's this? This probably has just as many ads. I actually didn't know about this one. This isn't even marked on the map. Wow. How have I never seen this before? The giant fort is literally right there, and I've never like seen this ruin. There's a good one in Dreadlands. It's a little bit lower level. Still, I mean, you got all these like pathing ads. I know as soon as I like pop out of Invis and charm something, there's gonna be like 3 ads on me. Ophion says spider ads at the one in Dreadlands. Yeah, I definitely got overran with ads there one time, and I did actually die there, but it was okay experience. These seem pretty low, like low level though here. Yeah, these are like, there's only one blue there. I mean, these guys said they were leaving in an hour, and that was like 15 minutes ago. Looks like they're still here. I mean, I can like sit here for an hour, but man, that's like not good stream content for you guys. That's kind of one of the things I run into as like a streamer. Is like anybody else could just like load up old school RuneScape and play old school RuneScape while they waited. Kankersaur says be a man, kill raptors. It's just so such a long way to go. I mean, we could try raptors. Could we root rot the raptors at this point? That's kind of what I'm thinking. Yeah, we could try that. Kankersaur says root rot is probably the best way to go. I mean, we still need what do we need from raptors? The 49 pet? Or there's one other, there's like one other thing we need. And yeah, Bond of Death, that's the other one. We need Bond of Death and we need the 49 pet. Yeah, we'll just hammer off one of their spawns. Ophion, I have Lich, actually. I'm very great. I got, like, super lucky. I'm very grateful on how lucky I got on Lich. Those were, like, very tough raptor kills to find Lich. And we died a lot. Yeah, it was totally worth it. Come on, Hammer. Hammer, do your thing. I'm sorry, you guys can't hear the game noise. There we go, now you should be able to hear it. Oh, he's on me. He wants to hit me. Come on, Hammer. Yeah, if we didn't have Lich, this would be rough. I hate Dingus. Dingus is my mortal enemy. There we go. I felt like the game audio was a little bit loud there. I apologize. Maybe we'll get lucky with the boat. Because one of the big deterrents from the raptors is just the, like, sheer amount of travel time. Tankersaur says, for future reference, level 44 plus mobs they blew up to 60. Good to know. We gotta watch out. Isn't there like a guard at the end of the dock? I know if I hang out like right here, I'm safe. Alright, we'll set our bars up for raptors. Yeah, probably the worst part about this is, logging in and like not having a camp and then spending time running around looking. Especially raptors, feels like it takes like an hour to get to raptors. But we're gonna go after Bond of Death and what's the other spell we need? The level 49 pet. Let's go ahead and look at the wiki here. So the first one we're going to look at is Bond of Death. For that, we need Words of Grappling and Words of Otis. I feel like I already have Words of Otis. And this spell drains 80 of your target's life energy and transfers it to you every 6 seconds. Which is pretty nice. That will help us root rot even faster. And then... I don't remember the name of the level 49 pet. Invoke Death. And for that, we need Words of Acquisition Biza and Words of Requisition. I don't think I have either of those two. Cankersaur says, have you done a Slashu Altimerus? I have. There was one level 52 out there that might be killing some raptors, but I doubt he can. It's a monk. I doubt it's not a bard. So he's not probably pulling the entire zone. What we haven't done lately is a Slashu Alt Juke. And if I remember right, we haven't seen Juke since like May of 2024. So about 4 or 5 months. I don't know if you guys were here, Cankersaur or Ophion, for the Juke drama. Cankersaur says, no bards, no whiz, no druid, should be good to go. That was my thoughts. Now I just need this boat to show up. And we'll be kind of figuring this out as we go. Asphyxia says, infamous 50-minute wait for a boat. Is it really 50 minutes? Kankersaur says, I barely missed the Juke drama. Story time. So there I was, trying to get something from the Kesora library. And obviously I'm solo self-found. And Juke was down there with, I think, a duo partner, and Juke was like a Ixar Shadow Knight. And my memory's a little bit fuzzy, but if I remember right, I was trying to charm my way into the library, and I was failing. And I was using that like little corner spot off to the entrance of the library where like only one mob spawns as like a safe spot. And then like somehow a pole went sideways, and I like ended up like feigned there, and Juke had no mana left and was like trying to kill the mob. And I don't know why, but he didn't like try to save himself, and he was like trying to kill this mob. If I remember right, we actually got attacked by it's like a mob for an epic where it changes forms or something. It's like the Raging Librarian or some shit. Let me see if that's even a real thing. I'm looking up Kesora right now. I feel like it had the word raging in it. Tortured Librarian. There we go. Tortured Librarian. And yeah, it went sideways real quick. And then I was like I was feigned with maybe 50% mana, and I didn't want to stand up because I was like really scared I was gonna die too. And I was like, Juke, just feign. And he's like, I don't have any more mana. And he ended up dying, and I was like offering, I was like gonna give him like 1,000 plat. I was gonna give him just, I don't know, I was gonna just give him shit. I was like, I got spells I can research for you. And he was like, "Oh, I thought you couldn't trade." He was like so mad at me because I think he offered to trade me something, and I was like, "No, man, I can't trade. I'm solo self-found." And then when I offered him 1,000 plat, he's like, "I thought you couldn't trade." I'm like, "I'm just trying to give you some money, dude, to help like ease the pain of you dying." But I was definitely like not being a good player. Like looking back on it, I caused a lot of those issues. So I own it. It was not good. I was being a bonehead. That's whenever one of my stream viewers started calling me Mr. Nice Guy. But ever since then, we've always like done a slash who all juke every time we log in to see if he's online. But I haven't seen him in forever. Probably moved over to Quorum because he knew I don't play there. It like ruined my night though. I felt terrible. I think I ended the stream early and I just like went to bed. And my girlfriend was like, "What's wrong?" And I was like, "I got somebody killed on EverQuest." And she's like, "So?" She doesn't like understand the game at all. And I was trying to explain to her, and it's tough to explain this game to people who have never played it. Come on, boat. It probably just left. Kagasaur says, so he decided to choose sodium. He was very salty. I think he had every right to be salty, though. Like, I don't blame him at all. I was being an idiot. I think I had like a charm break or a resist or something. Like, oh, I got like crit resisted on a lull. That was it. I was trying to lull the librarian and all those mobs inside the library, and I got a crit resist. So then it was just already like totally borked. I need a fishing pole for moments like this. Come on, boat. We'll play gems. This is old school. This is how you used to entertain yourself before you had a second monitor. Kagersaur says, yeah, it wasn't purposeful. He could have taken help and an apology where it was offered. That's true. You're not wrong. Oh, we got 3. I've never seen that. Oh, that's a sandwich. There's a sandwich spell jam? They couldn't have made this any, like, it's so simple. They couldn't have done a little bit better of a job on their, like, only MIDI game. Come on, Brad. I'm sorry, Brad. I love you. I didn't mean to speak bad about you. Ooh, we got more sandwiches. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. It's going fast. Why is it going so fast? Oh, no. We gotta, like... We gotta cover up one. Oh, we'll cover up this one. Oh, there's another sandwich. Is there a leaderboard for this? Maybe we could just quit the solo self-found challenge and like try to become the EQ/gems world champion. I like how it makes you control it with WASD. Oh no. It's covered up. I can't get to it. I'm super focused right now. Kangasaurus is trying to get 4 at a time. You have like the you have the strats for everything, Kangasaur. You know about gems too. Okay, we'll try for 4. Oh wait, we're on wave 2. Oh, the board doesn't reset. Can they like fall? Is it like Tetris Attack? Oh no, I have a sandwich. I don't know what to do with him. Alright, we're gonna go for 4 in a row. We're just gonna like everything else be damned. Oh wait, I kind of messed that up. What are the abilities? If you get 4 in a row, like what kind of bonus do you get? Different purple gem types do different good abilities if you stack 4 or more. Alright, this is gonna be my trash pile over here. Oh no! Oh no, I didn't want to do that! I'm so bad at this. Okay, we'll put that there. Oh my gosh, this one's going on the trash pile. Red gems do bad things, okay. You go over here. Oh, we finally got the little poison one we wanted. That one needs to go there. Now, as we get one more poison one, we're gonna get 4 in a row. We're gonna get 5 in a row. Oh, shoot. Oh, there it is. We got something. Whoa! We just cleared the whole board with that. Wait, what's going on here? I don't know if clearing the board was like a good thing or not. Oh, my score is going down. What the hell? That's bullshit. Poison, fire, and gate are the best to stack. Canker Store knows so much about this game. Okay, we're gonna like set up. Uh, we're gonna set something up here. I just haven't decided how I'm gonna do it yet. Wave 3, oh no. Oh shit, it's doing that thing. I remember this from when I was like a kid playing this. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, it's doing it again. 1 wasn't enough. Pegasaur says, what's funny is I haven't played gems in like 5 to 7 years. Alright, we got like a lot of room here in the middle to do something. Alright, we got a sandwich. That's what we should stack. I want to know what the sandwich does. If you make a mega sandwich. Put you there. Oh shoot, we have the red clarity. I don't know what to do with them. I'm like cognitively failing at how to set up like a good stack here. We'll just keep making threes, I guess. Alright, we need to make a 4 stack of sandwiches. We're gonna start that right here. Oh no! It's going too fast. I have too many like 3 stacks. I need to make like, here we go. Alright, there's a third sandwich, but we'll put it there. Oh, we got a 4 stack sandwich here. We got the special sandwich. If I put this here, does it like blow all of them up? Nope. Those aren't boots, that's a sandwich. It's the it's that sandwich you can get. People sell it in the tunnel. I can't remember the name of it. That's what it looks like to me. Oh my gosh, how long does this boat take? Alright, you go there. You go there. Guess I'll put you there. Uh, Stoned Exile, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Boats do take your soul. This is like boats and gems. Oh my gosh, especially when it does this. Why did I do this? Why did I do the tornado? Oh, I was able to get it down to that like little hole. I was able to get that one too. Oh no, a sandwich. I want my sandwiches. This is bullshit. Oh, there we go. Oh, yes. Oh, look at all these sandwiches the game's giving me. Uh, put you there. I'm trying to think ahead. Oh, we're getting like stacked up with crappy gems here. Oh no. Oh no. Get over there. Oh, I missed it. All right, go on the trash pile. Yeah, oh. All right, we'll go for a shield. We got like a 4 stack of shields going here. I'm starting to like run out of space here though. I feel like the board is filling up a little bit too fast. Poison, put you there. Gate, go on the trash pile. Oh, poison. I got 3 of those poisons in a row. Oh, the boat's here. Pause. Yes, the boat is here. Stoned Exile says, what the WTF is this mini game? It's called slash gems. You just you type slash gems, and then it opens up the window for the gems mini game. It's a very rudimentary Tetris ish thing. I would prefer just real Tetris, but like I think the developers decided they stole enough code from like DQ Mud, and they didn't want to steal Tetris too. That was some good green tea. Stoned Exile says time waster for boats. Yeah, mainly for people that don't have fishing poles like me. I don't think I can cast spells on the boat, can I? No, I definitely can't. Well, whatever, we're on the boat. We're going to the Raptors. Cankersaur says reminds me more of Columns on Sega Genesis. I don't remember that game. I never played that. I never had a Genesis. I was a Super Nintendo kid. I was like a Zelda, Final Fantasy, Chrono Trigger kid. I got so lucky. The video rental store had Chrono Trigger in my like little ass town. I lived in a little ass town, and for some reason they somehow had Chrono Trigger. I actually beat it on like rental. Like I rented it and was able to beat it. Because like back in the day when you had to rent a cartridge, if it was like a cartridge with save files, you were like at the mercy of everybody else like deleting your saves whenever you return that cartridge. And I got lucky and like I returned it and no one deleted my saves, and then I rented it again and was able to beat it. And I think if I remember right, even like 10-year-old me was smart enough to know like because my parents never like made me return it one time. So they just kept it out, and like they were probably getting charged massive late fees. But I was smart enough to know like I'm never gonna get this opportunity again, so I totally poop socked Chrono Trigger for like 4 days straight and beat it. Which is a kind of a feat for a 10-year-old to beat a game that long. I mean, Chrono Trigger is probably a 40-hour game. Stone Exile says I'm cooking chili dogs in 7 days to die right now. That's like is that kind of like Project Zomboid? I have Project Zomboid and you could like combine different ingredients to make like different dishes. Kakersaur says Columns music was legit. I kind of want to hear that. I love video game soundtracks. Is it on Spotify? Uh no. Wait, is this it? Or is this just like a regular song? It's very chill music, whatever it is. Okay, it was chill. I kind of dig it. It kind of taps into my dark necro vibes. Like I want to turn off the light and get like a laser going. Kagasaur says it doesn't sound right. Oh my gosh, that was loud. Okay. Is this like a metal remix? I kind of like it. Okay, this is from Columns. It's not bad. It's not a bad remix. Shoot, I should be getting off the boat. Oh no, my shield's wearing off. That's pretty good. I mean, I tell you what, I like this. Tell me if you guys recognize this. Stoned Exile, you nailed it. Castlevania. This is Castlevania 1, the very first level. This metal cover goes freaking hard too. I love it. Why is my camera's going off? Oh, there's a cat in my backyard. Go away, kitty. Oh, he's licking his ass. I shit you not. You can't. I'd hold up the phone so you guys could see it, but there's no way. There's no way you'd be able to see it. Hagersource says, mind if I link? Yeah, go ahead. Link. I'm not sure what you're linking, but Stoned Exile says, if you are a Castlevania fan, check out V Rising. I will have to do that. I like Bloodstained Symphony of the Night or whatever, or I don't know. It's like a play on the Castlevania PlayStation name. Bloodstained. It's like a spiritual successor to Symphony of the Night, yeah. Ah, okay, I hear it. Let me swap the music over. I do have it set up so I can do that. Boom. There we go, you should be able to hear it. We're gonna listen to nothing but this for the rest of the stream. The like artwork is pretty wild. I feel like I've heard this before. Let me turn off the recording. There we go. Because otherwise I'll get a copyright strike if I play anything that's like copyrighted. Because it'll save it to my Twitch VOD and then I'll get a nasty email. And it'll say, you have copyrighted audio, and then it'll like blank my mouth, my voice audio out as well. And then usually I get an email saying that I've been blocked in North Korea, which is like a really funny thing to get the first time you see it. Like I legit uploaded a video to YouTube and it was like, you've been blocked in North Korea. I was like, oh no, I've been blocked in North Korea. Add that to life goals. Okay, there's a raptor there. We could just root rot this like one lonely raptor, honestly. I might just do that. It's the least risky. Because otherwise those little assholes see you from like a million miles away and they viciously like defend their territory. Alright, I want to check this out. There's a thing called I Am Captain Planet Techno Song. It's got 3 views. This is what it looks like. We are viewer number 4. Oh, it was just uploaded 1 hour ago. Okay, this is pretty good. Oh yeah, this is a great quad kiting spot. Now the issue is whenever root breaks, this asshole is going to be like in the water. And it's really hard to like root things in the water because you got to swim down. So hopefully root just doesn't break because it never, you know, we can count on that, right? Root never breaking. This dude legit made a Captain Planet techno song. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Criminally underrated for only having 4 views. Now I don't think the yeah, I do need a regular root. I don't think the regular raptors drop spells, only the vicious raptors. Stand close while he dies, reboot with root, cast quicker than PE. Hankersaur is my like necro coach. Alright, that was a pretty good song. Not gonna lie. But we're gonna go back to techno music. Let's see. We're gonna go old school. You feel as if you're about to fall. Root. Damn it. Root's breaking too, like right now. I probably should have checked that. Oh my gosh. Is he gonna die? He doesn't. Okay. That's right. He's got Dooming Darkness on him. Sweet. We killed a raptor. Oh damn, 12-minute timer. We're gonna definitely have to kill more than one. Can we do this guy? Like, is there a... I can't remember if there's a pat that comes over here. We're gonna find out. Cankersaurus says this might be easy mode now. I don't know about that. These raptors, man. Although I have gained a few levels since the last time I do it. Path starts on the beach to the right. Should I be like not... Oh, there's a raptor there. I don't know if I'm safe here or not. I wonder how long the path is. Yeah, I remember seeing him, like, he goes up at least to here, so I'm not sure if he goes this far or not. I'm just trying to keep an eye out. Oh, was that him? That was probably him that was right there, because now he's gone. Okay. I guess we'll see how long it takes. We were at about 10 minutes 30 seconds maybe when he left. I want to know how long it takes for him to get all the way around. Played Stone Exile says, so I haven't played since like Omens of War first went live. For some reason I really started thinking about EQ a lot. Well, I'm glad you decided to stop by the stream. So the difference, kind of what's special about this stream is I am solo self-found, meaning I've never grouped and I've never traded. I also locked myself to Kunark. So I cannot leave Kunark. And if you're interested, hop on Project 1999, play on the classic server with us. It's a really good time. Most of the time. Not all of the time. Ooh, Stoned Exile plays PoE and plays... Do you play SSF? Okay, this... I'm trying to remember. If I remember right, there's a vicious... Like, it always spawns a vicious raptor up over here. That's the one we want to kill. Ooh, there's the Pat. We'll kill him. We got full mana. Why not? Actually, let's watch. Let's watch and observe. We're like a real life Kunark Steve Irwin right now. Probably need to back up. Their aggro range is freaking huge. Yeah, I played Path of Exile solo self-found on my PlayStation 4 of all things. It's a long story, but I didn't have access to my computer at the time. Just invis. Cankersaur with the logic and facts. Of course, I could just invis. I knew that. I just, you know. Okay. Yeah, he definitely paths all the way up to here. Okay. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Your target is out of range. It's really scary getting within range of them when they're moving. Yeah, I didn't, oh no, I just dotted, just dotted myself. That sucks. Oh my gosh, I almost splurted myself. How am I having trouble clicking on him? We're gonna need to deflux him with this dot. Let's get a vampiric curse on him, that'll help a little bit. But yeah, we're gonna have to deflux, which means that root might break. Oh shoot, we need to get a snare on him. I didn't really like playing PoE on the PS5. It felt really sluggish. I really didn't like playing it on the PS4 either. Feels like the music's a little bit loud. Bring it down a little bit. Damn, I got like 1 more minute of this dot. Tinkersaur says you can actually invis while rotting a mob, and mobs not on the faction with the mob you are killing will not attack. Nice. We're definitely going to have to med because of the fact that I ignited my own blood. Yeah, it's a very easy thing to do. I have to self-target in order to do the GCD cancel. Oh my gosh, I almost did it again. Yeah, I had this like epiphany with Path of Exile soloselffound that like it was just way too much of a time investment, and I was like beating my head against the wall trying to just get like any little upgrade. It oh shoot. Okay, this is bad. We might be able to recover from this. Because we still have a little bit of mana. That's the vicious. That's the one we want to camp. Let's we need to splurt that guy. Oh no, root's wearing off. He doesn't really have much in the way of dots on him. He's slowly like whittling down. But we're gonna have to just like kind of keep splurting this guy. Because I'm really getting kind of low on mana. Stone says, I'm such an OG EQ player, I can remember when in order to meditate, you literally had to stare at your spellbook. I remember that as well. Root. Yeah, I can just slow roll the next one. This one should be dying like any second now. We do want to keep a snare on him. Okay, that one just died. We are going to have a respawn, but it's going to be all the way over there. We should be fine. Okay, splurt just wore off. We're going to do a new splurt. I have no idea how much time is left on Paralyzing Earth, so I'm just going to go ahead and redo it. Tankersaur says, I play on P99 with Stone UI. My spellbook covers my screen and I love it. You're a masochist, man. I couldn't do it. I did. I splurted. Technically, he's splurting. It says his body begins to splurt, which makes me feel funny things in my tummy. Tankersaur says, I played P99 for 7 years with default or modern UI. Yeah, I couldn't do it, man. I couldn't do it without the updates. There's no way. I think the only way I could do it is if, like, I was on that UI and everybody else was on that UI. Yeah, there should be another raptor, but it's going to spawn over there. There he is, yep. Now in 2.5 minutes, the one's going to spawn here, but we should be long gone with, this guy should be long gone by then. Tankersaur says if it were classic, there would only be Stone and Velius UI, yeah. I watched some streamer that had been playing for years and he was still rocking like the Velius UI. I like this. Once I set this up, I was like, this is nice. Hey, look at that. We survived. I don't think these things drop anything. And I want to say it's only the vicious that drop spells. Or spell words. I could be wrong though. If anybody knows, let me know. I am dying to take a piss though, so I'm gonna have to take a break. Just a quick break. I'm gonna feign, but I'm gonna keep Lich up. Hopefully I don't like fall and break my leg and then Lich myself to death. Alright, I'll be right back. Okay. We're sitting at 90% mana. So we're gonna go ahead and go. Let's make sure we don't dot ourselves this time. And that patch shouldn't be back for like another 5 minutes. Kevin, what's up? 9 p.m. until I arrive. I thought it was 8 p.m. This is the song that I heard on the radio in Italy and was like, and it was a remix, and I was like, these dudes have been remixing this song for like years. Just rehashing their same one hit wonder, kind of like Skyrim. It's the Skyrim of techno songs. It is a classic. It's a good song. Yep, we're out here doing Raptors, my favorite. The giant fort was taken, and I decided I didn't want to wait. So we hopped on a boat after playing gems for like 20 minutes. Kevin says, I just heard a new song recently that used this beat. These dudes are raking in money off this one song. I'm so jealous. I'm serious. I need to write a one-hit wonder so I can just make money off it. Although I did hear a funny story about a one-hit wonder. So you guys are probably familiar with the song Africa by Toto. And or not Toto. Or sorry, I'm thinking of something else. The song "We Come from the Land Down Under" by Men at Work. That's the song. And they used some notes from a song called "The Kookaburra Sits in the Old Gum Tree," and you guys might be familiar with that. And apparently, like in 2000 something, way after that song had been made, it was on a game show saying, "Hey, where did they take the flute notes from?" And then the answer was that Kookaburra song. And a record producer for the company that had the rights to the Kookaburra song was like, "No shit." And they went back and they charged the Africa people like royalties for years for having used those notes from that song. And it happened in like 2009. And that song came out in like 1983. Okay, do we get do we need to kill raptors or only vicious raptors? I think it's only vicious raptors. Pretty sure that a raptor will not drop. Oh no, this says it will drop. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Talk about like back taxes. Okay, Kankersaur says both, so yeah, we'll kill both. That's good news. That means we can kill more than just the vicious. Yep, we're gonna have to kill the roamer. We'll have to keep an eye out for him. The roamer is the only, like, real thing that can mess up our day out here. Well, the roamer and dingus. Inching closer carefully. Dingus, good friend of the stream. Arch nemesis. That's a funny way to call him a arch nemesis. Dingus is the worst. Dingus and Gorgle Packlock. They have formed an unholy union. Guys, I think I should let the beat control my body. Yeah, I'm actually really glad the Raptors will drop the spell components. So we need Words of Grappling, Words of Collection Kaza. Oh wait, that's the level 44 pet spell. Bond of Death, Words of Otis drop from the Raptors. It might just be that the wiki's not updated. Because the wiki is saying grappling won't drop from the regular Raptors, but it could just be not updated. Kevin says, you know what I say about the wiki. It's ass. It's been running good today. Sometimes you get on that wiki and it's like freaking 1999 dial-up loading, please wait. Kinkersaur says, pretty sure they drop all the 49 caster research stuff. We'll keep killing them and hopefully we can confirm that. Because the Raptors are easier than the Vicious Raptors. I'm glad we're root rotting as well and not fear kiting. Is this Ferry Corsten? Let me see. DJ Frankie Jones. It dropped a Rune of the Inverse. I think that's the roamer there. I'm pretty sure he's yep, he's gonna come up here and then he'll turn back around. Kickersaur says never hunted raptors for them specifically. Yeah, we're in kind of a unique situation here. Kevin says, oh, interesting. Sounds very similar to Ferry Corsten's song used in like 95% of WoW montages. I'm trying to think of the name of the song. It was like, you could do anything. You guys know that song? It was like on every YouTube video back in the day. Soundscape. Go away, Pather. Our dreamscape. It's a good song. Yeah, it's a classic. The hook is really good. Unregistered hypercam too. I need to get that. I'll have to figure out how to set that up on my screen and I'll put it up in the corner. To make it look just like the one. Kevin, have you ever watched the... There's a guy, Azimus, that makes shorts for... And he makes some long form videos too. For World of Warcraft. Yeah, the roamer's gonna be over there. I should probably move over here. And he does that. He has like the Skype noises in the background, and he's got it like say unregistered hypercam. Tinker Source says easier to start with him and work around an island counterclockwise. Yeah, Azimus. Oh no. All right. I finally got my phase 1 bis. Yeah. I only had to spend 5,000 euro. That guy? That dude's funny as hell. Hey, what's up, baby?
I brought you something.
You won me a... Like, my girlfriend won me this at Dave & Buster's.
It's ice bear.
It's an ice bear. If only we could kill ice bears in EverQuest.
No.
No, they're good experience.
We're gonna watch TV in the living room. Will that bother you?
Just close that door. Okay. And I'll just roast. I'll just die in it. Yeah, because the air blowing makes my mic sound like trash.
We'll just turn the air
off. Okay. Oh shit, I wasn't even sitting down. Okay, so Canker Source says it's easier to start with him and work around the island counterclockwise. That's smart, yeah. I'm kind of just picking and choosing. No real rhyme or reason to this. Let's see, is he over here? He's probably almost back, or maybe he just left. Gotta watch out, I don't want to be too close to these guys. Is that him? Kevin says this song makes me want to go for rank 14. No one should ever want to go for rank 14. That sounds miserable. You guys want to hear my jam? They took this away. This used to be on all the military like phones, and they finally took it away and replaced it with our like service branch song, which is not nearly as cool as this. It's such a vibe. It would like literally bring my blood pressure down as I was like on hold. Takersaur says he spawns right here. Yeah, I'm hoping he'll come back. Definitely not that guy. That guy's just sitting there. Ooh, there's like two nasty raptors right over here waiting to savage me. Is that him? He's not even moving. Where is this guy? So I actually know somebody that knows the guy who made this song.
Okay, if we turn this light off, baby.
Out there is fine, yeah.
Yeah, just the outside. I don't want.
Kevin says, you're saying you know a guy who knows a guy? I know, I do. I know a guy who knows a guy who knew the guy who made this song. You guys won't believe me, I know. Where is this roamer? Okay, I'm tired of this song. Siri, play 2000 techno hits. It's got N64 underwater level. Dire Dire Docks. I love that song. Okay, he's going back around. Let's go try to rendezvous with him. This is no like giant fort levels of experience, but it's like kind of interesting at least. Ooh, the underwater Donkey Kong song is so good. Or Sticker Brush Symphony. I'm such a nerd that I know like the names of the songs. There's like a whole playlist on YouTube, or it's like a compilation made by this guy called SNES Drunk. It's called Relaxing SNES Music, and it's freaking phenomenal. I actually downloaded it to my computer because I listened to it so much, and I was afraid one day it would like go away. Kevin says nothing wrong with knowing the names of classical music. That is true. That's like our generation's classical music. Where is this raptor? There he is. All right, I'm gonna get you. Oh, he's like, he's gonna pull that one if I pull him. All right, well, you win. You win this time, raptor. Okay, after 10 minutes of waiting, we're finally killing something. I can't wait to tell my grandkids that I spent my 30s listening to like old techno music, streaming a video game that came out like last century. Kevin says he might not like it, but this is what peak gaming performance looks like. Look, dudes, I can play this game and my wrist doesn't hurt. I'm so old now, I have to choose my games based off like what physically hurts my body. Elder Scrolls Online? No. Can't play it. Too much button pushing. Diablo 2? I was so hooked on Diablo 2 last year, and then it like destroyed my wrists. All the teleporting with the Enigma. ESO is so weird for me because I have like 500 hours in it, and I have no idea like what I've even done on it. Like, like I look at the time and I'm like, how the f did I get 500 hours in this game and I don't even like remember an eighth of it? Like what was I doing? I don't have any characters that are like end game geared or raid worthy or whatever. Like I was probably just literally running around picking up boxes and like wood and shit. Yeah, crafting writs. I made a bunch of crafting writ characters. I'm the guy with like the 12 crafting writ alts. They've like all leveled up. They're like level 20 just from crafting writs. Did you use the add-on though, Kevin? There was like an add-on that would automate a lot of it. You just like talk to the or access the crafting bench and it would just automatically make the shit. That shit was so nice when I set it up. But you always run out of like one material and you're like, son of a. You have to go and like buy like freaking sandwood or whatever. Sanded maple. Like, and then to do that, you gotta like teleport around the map or the world trying to find who has sanded maple. I had like a little group of friends and we were in the game and we were playing together like every day. It was kind of cool. I would log in. I was the tank. I would log in and they'd be like, "Oh, come tank this for us." It was like my little escape. I was deployed, but I was in freaking Europe. I got deployed to Europe. Kevin says I played with like 5 in real life buddies, and then one day we just suddenly went, what the f are we doing? I can relate to that. I've had those moments on games before too. Ooh, this is a good song. You're like, why am I playing this? I think it speaks to it though, like the fact that I put that many hours into it and I have like almost no memorable experiences. Kevin says I've enjoyed healing in almost every MMO I've ever played. It was terrible in that game. It was terrible. It was like every ability just healed everybody. There was no like whack-a-mole. There was no decision making. It felt like tanking in that game was terrible too. Like it felt like the taunt didn't actually taunt. Tank was more like just a mob positioner. Kevin says the whole experience was just bad. Yeah, I agree. The atmosphere was good. Oh, the dungeons, yeah. Like you join a random. I got to the point where I wouldn't join random dungeons because people would just be like, it was just a race. Yeah, and people would. They would like rage at you. Yeah, they would do like weird glitches, and if you didn't know how to do the glitch, they would get pissed. We're talking about Elder Scrolls Online. It's like one of the weirdest MMOs I've ever played. Like any class could be a tank, any class could be a healer. Okay, if I kill this guy now, the roamer is probably going to pop up. Let's see where the roamer is. Only played it for like an hour. That's a good thing. It was just not good. It was okay as like a single player. I'm playing an Elder Scrolls game. It was like okay for that. Because they did nail that part of it. Hankosaurus says my ex liked it. What's up, Scoutborg? Welcome to the stream. I am 55, and I'm solo self-found, Kunark only. So I have never grouped, I have never traded, and I have never left Kunark. Where is this roamer? Is that him right there? Yeah, it's been quite a ride. Right now we're trying to get spell word, research word components. I probably said like a lot of redundant words there, no pun intended. For the level 49 pet, as well as Bond of Death. And I gotta say, this is not that bad. I was dreading going back to raptors. I hate raptors. These things have killed me a lot. But it turned out okay. This roamer's kind of eating my lunch, though. Like, I can't seem to snag him at the right time. Actually, let's do this. Let's see if we can, like... Let's see if we can nail him right here. Right there. Ah, shit. That would be a big fat no. Well, lesson learned there. And these things, like, never forget you. Kankersaur says, if you can kill Dingus without drama, I think you'll be okay. That remains to be seen. My challenger, my arch nemesis Dingus, has not arrived to challenge me yet. I'm not really sure how to deal with this. Or I have some ideas. I could log out. It's just a pain in the ass. Okay, we've learned our lesson though. Don't try to fight the roamer right here. It's not gonna happen. This guy forgot about me, so we might be okay. We just gotta wait for a root to wear off him. We got 1 minute on the route. What do you guys want to talk about for one whole minute? I was sharing some stream lore earlier, Kevin. I was talking about Juke. How's the new rig? Have you loaded up what's that Keanu Reeves game? Cyberpunk? And played it at like 400 FPS in 4K? Kevin says I've never actually played that game. Me either. Kankersource says I was watching the stream when the Juke thing went down, but I was AFK. Damn. Kevin says it's handling everything I've thrown at it. Loving it so far. That's awesome. It's always good when you make a big purchase and it actually is like worth it. Okay, he forgot about us. I think we can hit this guy. And not get hit by that guy over there. And next time we'll kill the roamer first. The Juke thing was funny, but it was like it made me feel really bad. But I'm glad we can laugh about it now. Oh yeah, that's the same song. Why does it keep playing this song? What? It's playing like all the same songs. Okay, new playlist. I'm letting like all my dots run out because I'm not paying attention. Oh shoot. Ah! Now we can't see him. Ah, he's getting close. Wait. I must be standing still. What's going on? There we go. Oof. Yeah, I think so, Kevin. I think it was like restarted the playlist or something. I don't know. Are we... Hopefully we're not too close to this island. We need to get like out of the water. Alright, there we go. Trying to like nail the gap between the islands perfectly. Girlfriend's banging around back there. She just said, "No, I'm not. Quit banging around back there." I don't like the perspective in the water. It looks like they're running towards you. Nilatim's Grimoire. We don't want that. Now we're in the water. Boo. Okay, that guy's not up. Kankersaur says, I let my dots wear off before recasting. Gives Lich more time to recover. Huh. I want this roamer dead. Where is he? I'm definitely not being very efficient here. Yeah, I don't see him over here, so maybe he's headed back. Kevin, you remember that time you said you had a crush on DJ Sammy? And I was like, yeah, he's a dude. And I showed you a picture of him. Oh my gosh, Lich. Eating my health. We'll rebuff Mana Skin. To be fair, the girl that's singing is actually really pretty. My girlfriend heard that. She was like, oh, is she? She's like 50 now. Kevin says I was convinced since the early 2000s that she was DJ Sammy. Where is this roamer? You know what? We gotta wait for him. I can't go back and kill the other ones. I want the roamer dead. If I go back and kill the other ones on my left, then we'll just be stuck in this cycle forever of having that roamer. So we're gonna wait. Yeah, he'll be here in a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and rebuff shield as well. Scaldborg asks, is Necro your favorite or main class? Yeah. I'd say at this point it is. I've played a lot of classes, but I think Necro is my favorite, followed by Enchanter. Back in the day when I first started playing as a kid, back in 2001, I played Monk, but I never really got very far. I only got to like level 30. I was super proud of that level 30 though, let me tell you. Ooh, there he is. I see him. Get in position. Okay, we're gonna Lich now. That way we don't fuss around with Lich. That's what got us last time. Yeah, Necro is just so versatile, and then you get do-overs by, you're able to feign death. Which is perfect for me, because I get myself into a lot of shitty situations. Hakersaur says, Human Necro is what I started back in the day. It's the class I'm most familiar with. Human Necro. Ooh. Were you a Freeport or a Kinos boy? I've always been a Kinos fan myself. Alright. Come on. Get up here. Get up here. Hopefully that didn't just pull the raptor behind him. Nope. Okay. Yeah, I love Kinos. Definitely when we go back and do the progressive solo self-found, I'm going to spend a lot of time doing Kinos quests. I feel like Kinos was the most like well done, most finished area. Like it's obvious they started with that area. I don't think you have that level of detail in most of the other starter areas. Yeah, this is an absolute banger. I love this song. I love the whole like sewers vibe with Kinos. Like they got like a whole underground area. Kevin says you call them a one-hit wonder. Who is it? ATB? Oh shoot, I thought they were a one-hit wonder. I'm eating my words right now. They're a two-hit wonder. Tankersaur says there's just so much crap to get into on the Kino side. I totally agree. It's so much fun to just like go around and do quests there. Active time battle is legendary in trance. I bet these guys played Final Fantasy. Scalborg says Kinos here as well. Human Paladin back in the day. Nice. Yeah, I started my first character in Kinos, and I remember I was a human warrior. I decided to make like the most simple character because I didn't know the game, not knowing that warrior was going to be like the hardest character. And I couldn't even find my way out into the newbie garden. So I was just like running around Kinos trying to figure out how to get out of there. And I ran into a dwarf. And this dwarf, I don't know what he was doing in Kinos. He's probably enjoying it because it was awesome. He was like, let me show you how to get out. And he took me out into the newbie garden, and I had that like big freaking aha moment that you can only have one time in your entire life. Where I saw like, oh shit. Oh shit. Oh. Root wore off, but I can't cast on him because he's in the water. What was it? Oh, he's got like 1%. I was in the middle of a story, Raptor. I had that aha moment where you like walk out into the newbie garden and you see all the other players like fighting bats and rats, and they're just like, it's just the moment when it hits you that you're like in a giant world with a whole bunch of other people. Yeah, this playlist is killing me. Just keeps playing the same songs over and over. But yeah, that was like one of the coolest moments in gaming for me ever. Because it was just so neat to see all those different people out there fighting and like just knowing you could chat with them, you could, you know, group with them. And I had played MUDs before, so it wasn't like I was completely new to like online games. I played Team Fortress Classic, Counter-Strike and all that. But like seeing it all in 3D was just so wild. Feels like this guy's got a lot of health. Scalborg says currently loving Bard on Greed, so fun. Yeah, make sure you like totally lock down entire zones so nobody else can kill anything. We talk a lot of shit about bards on this stream. I'm just gonna warn you. Kevin says it took me like 15 minutes to figure out how to open the settings when I started playing in 2020. Kevin's a COVID baby. Nice. Scalborg does the honorable thing. He doesn't swarm. This guy's taking forever to kill. He feels like he's got a ton of health. It was probably really weird learning a 20-plus-year-old MMO. That's right, you played Mercenaries of Estonia. Josh Strife Hayes actually did a video on Mercenaries of Estonia. I really don't remember a lot about that game because it was so long ago that I played it. But I definitely played it. I also played another one called Kingdom of Drakkar. You guys ever want to see some like old ass internet history, check out Kingdom of Drakkar. Holy shit, Kevin, you remember Kingdom of Drakkar? That's like... It was on the Microsoft Gaming Zone. That's how I found it. Medics, what's up, man? Hopefully you're feeling better. I got your forest loop. I can give it back to you whenever I head to cab again. I'm not sure when I'm going to head back to cab because the boat ride out here took me like an hour. So I may just log out here tonight. Man, we were getting hosed on like any spell components though. And this is definitely way slower experience than the giant fort. Medic says I'm playing rolled on a chamois I made. He's level 9. Oh, playing around. Did you do the right thing and choose Ixar Shaman? I won't judge you if you didn't, but everybody makes mistakes, you know. Oh no. I think actually the best race is like ogre or troll, isn't it? Oh, there's no penalties anymore from what I remember. I'm pretty sure there's no more like racial or class penalties. I could be wrong though. Oh, there are racial, not class. So what you're saying is if I had made Mr. Best Friend a human, we would be level 60 by now. I just remember leveling a Ixar Shadow Knight back in like 2015, and it was like brutal. It was so miserably slow. You'd still be meting at level 30 if you're human. Yeah, that's true. I think you're better off making an Ixar Necro. This is gonna take forever unless I cast another dot on him. I guess we have the time to wait. Kevin says I would not play a Necro if I couldn't choose Ixar. Same with Monk. Yeah, the health regen is just so good on the Ixar. You can't go wrong with it. DE Necros are good. What makes the DE a good Necro race? We're just gonna kind of chill and med because I've got 2 minutes till the 2 minutes till the roamer spawns, so we're not gonna kill another one before that roamer. Oh, that's right, they get hide. Yeah, I forgot about hide. That does help if you're like charming and you don't want to use, you don't have the circlet of shadow yet. Well, I think we've gotten 4% of a level tonight, so not the best for experience, but at least we're making some progress. And look at that, I mean, we're 78% to level 56. As long as Dingus doesn't come along and like ruin our day. Medics wants to play Beast Lord or Beast Master. I can't remember the name. I always mix those two up. Kagersaur says the DE never have to cast Shadow Sight. Yeah, that's true. That's got to count for something. Scalbog says my main is a shaman and I regret making him Barb. He's 52, no going back now, yeah. I wouldn't restart either. That's way too much time invested. But yeah, I agree, Kevin. It's not, the other races aren't bad for Necro. It's just that Ixar is the best. Oh, he spawned all the way over there. Get back here. Cool, he doesn't start his pat like right away. Yeah, I don't think you can get the skull cap. Maybe you can if you go level your reputation or faction with him. Oh no, I just snared myself. I gotta be more careful. That's twice tonight I've done that. Good thing it's not a very long snare and it's not a very, like, damaging dot. I agree with you, Cankersaur. I really wish we could get the Demulich skull cap. That would be so cool. I use that thing on Teak all the time. Kevin says Ixar is just so far and way better. I'd just play a different class until Ixar is available. They're like super good. Medic says I return to Teak in October. Yeah, you're gonna play you're gonna make a beast. I'll just say beast because I can't remember. I feel like it's like Beast Lord in one MMO I've played and Beast Master in another or something like that, and that's why I keep getting them confused. Beasts are really cool. I wish they could find a way. I agree with Medics. Find a way to work them into P99. I know it wouldn't be classic, but they're just like so neat. It's Beast Lord. Okay, I'll try to remember that. Medics is like, it's Beast Lord, get it right. Beastmaster must be Final Fantasy 11, I think. Kevin says it's Beastmaster in Monsters and Memories. Got it. Are they any good in Monsters and Memories? I haven't played any class but the Necro. The Necro is like super OP, or it was when I played. When you get that pet upgrade, like at level 4, every time you get a new pet, you just like destroy everything. I think you kill things too fast in Monsters and Memories. Maybe it'll even out at higher levels, but it felt a little too fast. Oh my gosh, my girlfriend has like the TV going and it's loud as hell, so I apologize if you can hear it. One of her like girlfriends came to visit her from her hometown, so I'm gonna be a good boyfriend and be understanding. Kevin says, I'm not sure what kind of balancing they've done. I didn't check it out this last playtest. Yeah, I kind of fell off the wagon. And I agree, they are. They'll figure it out. They know what they're doing. I'm sure it'll be a good game. I'll definitely pick it up when it comes out. I don't remember if it's going to be a buy to play or if it's going to be a just pay a sub and you can play the game. I can't remember if they've announced that or not. I feel like it's going to be just pay a sub. I'd pay for a box though. It'd be cool to get a box and like have it on the wall, even though I always have the green screen up. If they come out with a boxed edition, I'll probably get it just to say I have it. We are not getting any spell research words tonight. We've gotten like 2. These 2 lonely, crappy, non-necro spell research words. I feel like we're gonna have to spend a lot of time out here. Now that I'm not dying all the time though to these guys, it's not nearly as bad. It was a total Hail Mary coming out here to get Lich. I think we were level 49 or 50. And we got so lucky that we got Lich as early as we did. Otherwise, half the stuff I did afterwards would just have been completely impossible with Call of Bones. Alright, you're gonna need one more Vampiric Curse to finish you. This is a classic here. I love this song. Good thing Cankersaur came along too and showed us how to like actually root rot. I was doing things very inefficiently. Let's go kill the Vicious. The Vicious, at least according to the wiki, have a chance to drop the words. Cakeosaur says, I like turtles. That kid's legendary. Goated. Allegedly, my ex-wife played WoW with the kid who did the like internet tutorial video where he's like that kid. There was somebody in her WoW guild that claimed it was him, but there was like, I don't know if they ever proved it or not. Kevin says, back here live at the Waterfront Village, I'm here with my friend Jonathan the Zombie. Jonathan just got an awesome face. I get it now. What do you think? I like turtles. Okay, Jonathan. That one's like right up there with the The lady who was at the NASCAR thing, and she's like, "Yeah, they're chanting, 'Let's go, Brandon!'" Like, just totally trying to play it off. Like, shit, I'm live on TV. What do I say? Kevin, let me ask, did you have to watch the video in order to type that out, or did you know all of that from memory? Kevin shamelessly says no. I would play my applause sound effect, but my voice mod app is trying to like force close itself right now. And as soon as I do that, it will you will not be able to hear anything I say. Do you guys remember the lady that was like stomping on the grapes? And she like fell? Like it it was funny then, but like now when I hear it, I'm like, oh, that poor lady. Because like at some point between age like 30 and 40, I like grew a soul. Oh yeah, Family Guy did redo that one. Scarlet Takes a Tumble. Is that the name of the video? I still remember before viral videos, there was like viral websites that you would link to people. I won't name the one that immediately came to mind because it's terrible. But do you guys remember the Chippendales MMORPG one? Somebody like came up with a song, Chippendales MMORPG. They totally riffed on like EverQuest and Ultima Online. Kevin says, I don't think I can type the ones I know. Yeah, please don't. I like still being able to stream on Twitch. Oh, give me the loot. Words of Acquisition, Biza. I don't think those are the ones. Okay, the roamer spawns in 3 minutes. I'm not sure if we're gonna get him or not. I didn't want to wait 3 minutes for the roamer though. I wanted to kill another raptor. Yeah, I don't think Words of Acquisition Biza is Oh no, that is one. Oh shit. We got one of the pet words, boys. Kangasaur comes in with the knowledge bomb, says that's words for invoke death. Hell yeah, I didn't celebrate enough. And now the moment is gone. We'll celebrate when we get words of requisition. I'm almost certain I don't have those in my bank. We still need one more set of words for that, but that's a huge win. I'm gonna leave them right over here in my precious torch bag. That way I don't get them mixed up with Militim's Grimoire and accidentally vendor them. Yeah, that is pretty sweet. That's a total win. Yeah, exactly. Kevin's right. I wasted my celebration on Words of Acquisition Azia, and I was like, "Oh, we got it, boys! We're freaking in there!" And then I looked it up, and it was for the level 44 pet, and I was like, I was like so defeated. It was so embarrassing. We're gonna give this guy an extra splurt. That way we can hopefully make it over to the roamer. Kevin says I enjoyed it. You guys enjoy seeing me like miserable though. That's why you watched like 20 hours of my 24-hour stream, which I will never do again, by the way. That was like the most miserable 24 hours of my life. Well, I would say probably 16 hours. I enjoyed streaming that long for like 8 hours, and then after 8 hours, I was like, I don't want to be here anymore. And then I spent like 4.5 hours trying to build a roof in Valheim. Kevin says I was so shot that next day. Dude, you were such a trooper. You and neutral, like max rank support. We came back towards the end though. Remember, like I made sister best friend. Oh man, we got like 20 seconds to get over there. Go, 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 go. Ah, there's a raptor there. We gotta go around. Run, Mr. Best Friend. Don't get too close to that raptor. We might make it. I don't know. It depends on how long it's gonna take. Let's make sure we're not dragging a raptor. There he is. Don't you move. Don't you move. Oh yeah, more mobile with invis. You're so smart. Okay, he definitely hangs out. Kevin says I was on autopilot yapping about Oblivion. Yeah, but that's what kept me awake for that last, like, hour and a half while we were just mindlessly killing scorpions in the field of bone. Don't get in the water. I should have. Oh, thank goodness. I was gonna say I need to drag him over land. I just don't want to aggro that other raptor. That was a good time. Maybe I'll do another one. Oh, you know what? Before I deploy next year, I'll do another one. How about that? It's kind of like a send off because I'm not going to be able to stream for like 6 months next year. It's going to be rough. That's what killed my streaming last time. I had like a really good following going in like 2021, and then the military was like, "Yeah, you gotta deploy now," and I was like, "Okay." And I couldn't stream. And then when I came back, it was basically starting all over. Kevin says that was a crazy time. Why was it crazy? I just remember. Well, I enjoyed it actually. Like the stream was really I think because it was COVID, there was like a lot more people. I mean, there was times where my chat was just like rolling, like I couldn't read all the comments. Yeah, that's true. That part was pretty wild. I'll never forget though the time back in 2015 I was trying to stream EQ, and I was just out in Everfrost Peaks charming mammoths on my druid. And then I looked up and I had like 50 some odd viewers. And I was like, dude, I've never had that many viewers before in my life. And I looked on the Twitch page and I was the only stream. I was the only EverQuest stream. I was like, ah, that explains it. I was like the last man standing, and then people wanted to watch EQ, and that was me. That was it. That was back before like everyone and their mom was a streamer. The first game I ever tried to stream was Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction. And I could not get my computer to like properly run it and run the stream at the same time. So it was like running at like 12 FPS. That was in 2012. I just like did not have the hardware to properly run a stream. Kevin says they all just like disappear. Are you talking about the streamers or the viewers? There were a ton of random people streaming during COVID, yeah. Come on, dude, die. He has like one little shitty low level dot on him. There we go. I don't really remember a whole lot of the streamers then because I've never really been an EQ stream watcher, just an EQ streamer. Kevin says there was one guy who always had to pause his stream for 45 minutes to walk his dog. That's good though, he's being a responsible dog owner. Would he just like leave his stream on or would he kill the stream and come back? Both. Don't go anywhere, guys. 45 minutes from now, I'll be back to play a 25-year-old game that's slow as hell. How would he be super conflicted? I'm curious about this. Oh, he had croc camp and duck, but his dog would be howling? That's like heartbreaking, actually. That's what this game does to people. Playing this game when my kids were like super small, I would have to like tell my group like, hey, in 1 hour I'm gonna be like making lunch or giving my kids baths. Are you guys cool with me staying in the group? They were always cool with it though. Oh man, this guy's got 13% left. And he's got like 2 shitty dots on him. It's gonna take forever. And the vicious raptor's about to spawn, so I want to go kill the vicious. So I'm just gonna life tap him to kill him. We just need him to get down into like life tap range. Yeah, I feel like it's pretty obvious that you get more words from the vicious raptors than the regular raptors. Because we've killed a lot of regular raptors. Ooh, we just hit 80%. We're doing it, guys. We're making it. Have you guys ever been in Viz and accidentally, like, to try to move your camera, you accidentally looted something and it popped you out of Invis? I did that in Dalnir one time and it was terrifying. Alright, we just need words of requisition from this dude. If we get the 49 pet, I'm gonna go to Temple of Droga and just wreck. The goblins will know my name. They will fear me. I think I farmed up like 200 skins one time. I feel like I had like a full bag of skins. And it was just enough to get me from like absolutely hated to like threatening. It's gonna take a lot of goblin skins. It'll be a fun little side goal though. We haven't really done any like gear hunting. I feel like ever since Uwamp at level 35, I have not gone after any sort of like gear. Because there's really just like no gear to go after. Yeah, you're right, Kankersaur. I do remember grabbing a whole bunch of those pieces. Oh no, you know what? We did the Earring of Essence. That was probably like the last gear camp that I did. The Skull of Torture, I got that at like level 20. That came from Uwamp. Sorcerer's Skullcap, we did do that. That came from Uwamp. We just kind of got lucky with this obsidian ring from one of the golems. Bracer of the Hidden, that's like the best item I've ever found. We got lucky with that one. I wasn't even trying to find that one, it just popped up. That was down there. That was down there. I got lucky with that one in, well, not lucky, these drop all the time in Howling Stones. Yep, Grave Sandals, we camped those. Tattered Leg Wrappings was down near. This belt is trash. I don't know why I have it. I can't find a better belt apparently. Yeah, we down near was like my like trial by fire. Yeah, Tattered Tomb Shroud. We got the full grave set out of down there. Yeah, I do like the Tattered Tomb Shroud's looks. It's just unfortunate that you're always in skeleton form and you can't see it. I wish that P99 did like what Live EQ does, and you can dispel the illusion or click off the illusion and still have the mana. Well, even if I don't find the words of requisition tonight, that's still a huge win that we got the words of acquisition Asia, and we were able to get half of the level 49 pet. Cankersaur says you can cast Ignite Bones on yourself to remove the illusion. You know, like, everything about Necro, dude. The amount of knowledge bombs you have dropped on me in, like, the last 3 days alone. I could fill a book with it. Kanker says I might be a nerd. You're in good company. We're all nerds here. We all love our EQ. Oh no, there's a 60 druid in zone. Is he gonna come down here and kill all this stuff? Kanker says I've just played a lot of Necro over the years. Yeah. Yeah, you pick up all kinds of like little tricks and it's stuff that you remember. That's one thing that I do really appreciate about this game is like all of the quirky little tricks that you can learn. Oh no. And we're right perfectly positioned for the roamer. We've like started to nail this camp down. The experience is slow, but it's at least there. Like, at least you're seeing the bar move. And I always like to do camps that are you get both experience and spells. I prefer not like doing one that you just only get one or the other. Kevin says I like camps that give money. I feel like once I hit 60, I'll do more money camps. Surprising? No. You've probably got like 2 million plat in the bank from all your fungies that you've sold. The best thing I could have done when I started playing Teak was like I didn't worry about money at all. Like people on that server are so greedy. It's so like RMT focused. And I was just like giving shit away. I was just like, yeah, you can have it, whatever. Like I gave away a whole chrono the other day to a buddy of mine. Damn, this guy's gonna take forever if I don't put another dot on him. I just don't want to spend the mana. I like the solo self-found because I don't really learn, like, I just read your comment. I don't really like have to worry about money. Kevin says that's the way I learned to play the game. I've never really had more money on P99 than I have now on Mr. Best Friend. Green was fresh and my buddies knew what we needed to farm. Yeah, I bet you guys made a killing back then. He's like, let me tell you about the mana stone. Do you have a stone? Damn, Kevin's loaded. How much is a mana stone worth right now? 700k. That's wild, dude. You could just sell it and throw a huge party for Mr. Best Friend when he hits level 60. Kevin says no one will offer that. Okay, that's just what the wiki's saying. Yeah, I guess I do see some that are like 650. I bet it was like impossible to get one. Canker sore. Don't feel bad. There was probably a line for that camp like out the door of Guck all the way down to Grob. Kevin says, I think the most raw plat that was offered was 250k. How do you even like trade that amount of platinum? You'd have to go to Freeport and like hand it over in chunks or something. Or just be like standing right next to the bank because you can't carry that much platinum. I might be able to get away with not doing another dot on this guy other than snare. You constantly fill your EC mule with your money from selling fungies. Yeah, I feel you, Canker Sore. My job has killed my EQ career and my streaming career multiple times now. It used to kill my World of Warcraft rating as well. Because I would always get put on like night shifts and I couldn't raid. I got lucky during WoW Classic. I worked like one shift, had a super steady work schedule, so I was able to raid all through WoW Classic. Yeah, I remember you telling me about that, Kevin. So Kevin said my friend paid 850k for the White Dragon helm on Blue like 4 months ago. I feel like some of the people on blue have so much like FU money, it doesn't even matter. I went to work in a cement play. Was that like a play where you guys like talk about cement? Are you an actor? Kevin says I was quote unquote working from home. Yeah, I had a similar experience during COVID. There was like a 2 month gap there where they were like, don't come to work. We don't need you here. And no one even like called me or anything. Like I didn't do anything. I got to the point where I was calling people and being like, can I do things? What do you need done? Like I felt like I was just collecting free money. Yeah, I just sat there. I played World of Warcraft like every day. I would log in and check my email once in a while out of like sheer guilt. Kevin's job requires financial statements and reconciliations from financial institutions. That sounds so thrilling. It's riveting stuff. There were like 2 people in the banks and no one at our offices, so you just never got any calls or emails or anything. My roommate, whenever he used to live here before I took over this house, he was like the original renter, or he's a homeowner here. He moved out though. He like worked from home doing insurance claims, even after COVID, and he'd just like hang out on his computer and look at emails. Kevin says there was like nothing I can do. We were just prepping for when quarantine ended. One coworker was going to banks to photocopy stuff. Yeah, COVID was super weird. I was like in a military class when it kicked off, and we were graduating the week that it really kicked off. And they like kicked us out a day early. They were like, everybody needs to go home now before they lock the whole country down and you're just like stuck here. And I was in the class with a guy from like Sri Lanka, the island nation south of India. And he was like packing his stuff to leave that day, and he got a phone call from like his embassy, and his embassy was like, you cannot come back. We are locking this island down. You're stuck there. And he just had to like stay in the United States. And he had a baby on the way. I felt so bad for him. He was able to make it back in time, but I think he cut it kind of close. He was freaking out. Like I was packing my car, getting ready to drive, and he was like, uh, there was like a guy from India there too. And he was like explaining to the guy from India, like, dude, my country just told me I can't come home. COVID was freaking wild, man. I remember walking out on my balcony and like looking out at the highway, and there was like no cars on the highway. It was so crazy. It felt like it was the end of the world. Felt like you were in a zombie movie. Boo, no spell. Then like the divorce rate shot through the roof because everybody had to stay home with their spouses. And they realized they didn't like actually like them. Kankosaur says, I was a bass player in a band before COVID killed all our momentum. That sucks, man. That could have been your break. You could be like famous by now. They had us working this like one day on, one day off thing when I did finally go back to work. And it was so disjointed and like disorienting to be there and then not be there that I just asked my boss. I was like, "Can I just come to work every day?" Nice. You guys were planning a tour. You were like on your way, man. I never got that far when I played in a band. I just played in like 3 or 4 different bars. I was pretty young though. I was like the 18-year-old drummer for a band full of 40 and 50-year-old dudes. It was crazy though. I don't know if you guys have heard me tell the story about the band on stream, but I've definitely told the story about the personalities that were in that band. We were playing all over the South. Did you guys play Sweet Home Alabama? Kangersaur says we would tease it for a goof. Nice. This song is like really good though. Ooh, I need Splurt to kill this guy. We seriously considered learning all of Freebird just for those moments when some idiot yelled it out. What kind of music would you play? Strictly 80s Joel. Only Genesis. You were in a doom metal? What differentiates doom metal from other metal? I don't know like the difference between all the metals. Don't you do it, don't you leave. He was trying to get away. Kevin says doom metal is right before death metal, but just after black metal. Doom is slow instead of fast. If Skyless Raven was here, he'd be like itching to explain all about how all these metals work. So what makes, do you know what makes black metal black? Is it because they like love Satan? Kevin says the color. But there's not blue metal or orange metal. Subject matter. What about death metal? What makes death metal death metal? Cobalt metal. That sounds really cool. Saronite. Saronite metal. Corpse paint. Yeah, I'm like willfully ignorant of all the different metal types. I just know like there's a million of them. Personally, I'm like an indie rock. I'm an indie rock guy. If you were around this stream in the 2021 days, that was like all I played. That and Daft Punk. Death metal vocals sound like the Cookie Monster. Black metal vocals sound like ring wraiths. Oh my gosh. No one's ever put it that simply to me before. Well, it just hit 10 o'clock, so I think it's time for me to call it quits. What kind of metal sounds like the pigmen? Like the ones that drop the gold nuggets in the nether? Speaking of, Spotify knows me. Kevin loves 80s music. Just so you guys know. It's his favorite era of music. Ooh, yeah, let's play that. I really like Tears for Fears, actually. I think they're an outstanding band. I played a lot of Destiny 2 like 3 or 4 months ago when the new expansion came out for it. And I had my 80s music on like repeat. It was like a lot of Tears for Fears, like Huey Lewis, Men at Work, all that stuff. It's good stuff. Cankersaur is wearing a Bauhaus shirt right now. That's freaking awesome, actually. That's like kind of a. They're not like super obscure, but it's pretty obscure for 80s music. I kind of like that stuff, like the shoegaze and the goth. I like New Order. Okay, we're gonna kill one more vicious raptor, actually. Kevin says, I'm wearing my George Michael shirt. Nice. I don't believe it. I'm not buying it. Pixar, it didn't happen. I made a George Michael joke to my girlfriend who's like 25 and it totally flew over her head. I'm trying to think. Skinny Puppy, I've heard. I feel like I've heard at least one of their songs. Oh yeah. I want to say I put oh, what was it? Sonic Youth into my Apple Music, and they played a Skinny Puppy song. What is it? Oh wait, here we go. I wonder what year this song came out. '84. Wow, yeah, this is like way ahead of its time for '84. There was like a little piano riff in there that totally gave me old school RuneScape vibes. I don't know if you guys could hear it. It might not be loud enough. Sea Shanty 2. This is kind of scary actually. I don't know if I heard this. I'm not I'm gonna find this song. There's a Tears for Fears song that I wanna. I think it's this one. Nope, this isn't it. There we go. This is it. This is a very good Tears for Fears song. We'll end the stream on this one after I kill this raptor. Seen Puppy and Bauhaus live. That's pretty cool, actually. I think these guys are just really good at crafting a song. They work with music like other people work with like metal or beads, blowing glass. Kevin says probably because they didn't make other music sound like all the other generic 80s music, yeah. They were definitely very unique. Yeah, but I feel like that's a gripe with like every era of music. There's always copycats. This butthole keeps breaking root. I'm gonna throw extra dots on him just so I can kill him. Because I'm like dying to take a piss. And he's going to drop the spell we need, and we're actually going to go to cab and turn it in, and it'll be so great. Yeah, it's the sense. I agree with both of you. That does like really it's kind of like the in the 2000s it was like the drop D guitar, like the corn sound. I feel like a lot of bands try to do that, like the corn sound. In the 80s it was the synths. I feel like the 90s actually had pretty good musical variety. It was definitely an era of like experimentation, even in pop music. Drop A 7 strings. Okay, yeah, my bad. And that's not to the detriment of Korn. I didn't like Korn when I was growing up. I thought it was kind of cheesy. Everybody was showing up in high school and middle school with like Korn shirts and wearing all black. And I thought it was kind of nerdy. But I've gone back and listened to their music and it's actually not bad. That was like the Marilyn Manson Korn era. No spell, okay. Oh yeah, the albums, the music is good. It was more like the teenagers being angsty was kind of cheesy. Linkin Park, like a lot of people in my school were like really into that. Well, we hit 82% to level 56. I mean, we're making progress, and we got one of the words that we need. I'm going to rebuff DMF so I don't fall out of the sky next time I log in. Yeah, I was a teenager then too, and but I was more on like the punk rock side of it at that point in time. I was the guy that listened to like the ska punk bands. I was into like Sublime and Catch 22. Yeah, the backwards R, yeah. I forgot about that. That was like the Hot Topic era. You're like, come on, Dad, take me to Hot Topic. I gotta get this shirt. And then I just kind of jumped from like pop punk and ska punk to like indie because of a band called The Sea and Cake. I'll spell it out in chat. And I kind of went into like more on the indie side for the longest time. Probably still to this day. But I've learned to appreciate virtually any kind of music, even country. As much as I rag on country, I can put on country and listen to it. I enjoy it. Hot Topic was great back then. I have a huge soft spot though for like early 2000s emo, like Taking Back Sunday, Brand New, Thursday, like those bands. I still Thrice. I freaking love Thrice. They're kind of grew out of their emo phase though. Or Thrice was never emo. They were more like hardcore or post-hardcore. Kangasaur says I hated their crap. I loved it, man. I was so into like Taking Back Sunday and all that. But then when it started going like it started out just kind of like in the Northeast and the Midwest, it seems like. And then when it started going real mainstream and you got like My Chemical Romance and Fallout Boy, when that started happening, I was like, I don't want any more to do with this because I'm a hipster, and if teenage girls are wearing their shirts, I'm not wearing the shirts anymore. That was kind of my thoughts. Well, guys, it was a great stream tonight. Thank you for watching. Yeah, Panic at the Disco. Yeah. Y'all have a great night. I'll probably be back tomorrow. I've been streaming a lot lately, but I'm enjoying it. So I'll most likely be back tomorrow. If not, I'll be back Thursday. Thanks for watching. Stay classic.